Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are we doing in the YouTube land? So today we're going to be cutting off the roof section of the roof. I got started on it, forgot to hit the record button. Got to get better about that. Yeah. I'm about 6-7 hours into complete disassembly. We've got quite the collection of parts and things ready to go. So here we're gonna watch me do quite a lapse of it. Shouldn't take too long, but supply. I don't know. We might edit that out. So, what do y'all think? That's incredible. Wow. That's I made a mess. Yeah. But that's an engine. A transmission. There's a transfer case. That transfers power. You know that? That's a lot of wires. Damn lot of wires. Like this. Yeah. She's pretty. Pretty goddamn dirty. You know, this might actually fucking work. You think I can pick it up? Not a fucking chance. Okay, so here's what we're doing. The entire wiring harness is right here. I think there might be a little bit that's going into the chassis area. Here's the engine. We got a 5.7 Hemi. I'm not sure about transmission transfer case. It is an all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive transfer case. We're going to talk about changing that later down the road. A Dodge Dakota has what we're looking for as far as quick junkyard rebuilds, capable of doing what we want. We're going to be stuffing all of that in the Grand Cherokee. I know in theories we're just reinventing the wheel, but it's got a cozy little cabin. I think we're going to stuff it in there. Of course, I still got to clean all that up. I still need to pull the transmission transfer case out of this unit. I've got a couple measurements and a U-joint or two to change, but I might actually be able to use drive lines, possibly. I'm hoping that they're not too far off on bolt pattern there to the Grand Cherokee. So, yeah. Yay. And then I kind of want to keep the chassis because it's almost like a heavy-duty car chassis. And we got an S10 that's possibly going to fit on this. If not, a hell of a roadster. Because pretty uniformly straight. No oddball kickouts. I really do kind of think about a sick roadster. And we might be dropping an LS in it. We got a 6.0. I know, right out the gate on the channel, dropping an LS. But we run what we've got. And we got a lot of randoms. There's my baby girl. She's tired. Stuffing his face. Sir Dukers. go. Look at that. Yeah, we did it. I got things moved around. My phone cut off about midway through figuring vehicles out, so we're kind of playing around now. Ooh, garbage in the way. But there she is. That new power plant. We're gonna weasel her on in there. I'm gonna try and get some recordings of it going in, but here is where we're at. I might catch first attempt, I might not. It all depends on how much I've got on my phone. I do need to get some cameras, but yeah, lack of storage at the moment, so I got stuff stacked up everywhere. But maneuvering around, I gotta swing this around so that I can get more space. I need to be able to get in and out of that door. But yeah, we got her in there. She's we're getting moved along quite a well. He's investigating. Yep, that's an engine. It's going to fit. Hey, so here we are on final pull-up of supplies off of the Durango frame. We're about to make a nuisance. I started to record a little late. Oops! I gotta really work on that. I really do. It's a lot of tedious work. But we're gonna attempt to stand it up and see what we're working with after that. So we'll see how this all turns out. If I end up in the hospital, this might make it online. Might. Or go on. Woo, that's a bucket of ugly. So my plans are, I want to cut it here and here because I need this stretch of floor pan. I think right about here. I probably will cut it either at the drop or just after it so that I can continue the floor pan. I may have to cut this section out because this is going to go on the sedan, and I'll get that in the next set of videos. But this turned out to be a pretty good find. Or not find. Use. donation to the project. But fuck yeah, that's pretty. Pretty goddamn ugly. But let's see what the chassis looks like. Ooh, walk around. Mess. That's all we got left for wiring to that beast. But that's a pretty hot rod style chassis. It narrows in pretty well at the front and gets wider towards the rear. I think that's gonna turn out to do something pretty well. Kind of run the exhaust on the outside of the frame and do dual exhaust that direction, but I still want to keep it potentially all-wheel drive. Curious. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I want to do either an open, like convertible style roadster, wagon-ish kind of thing, because my brother and I have kids, so we kind of want to throw them in the back seat. But I'm also thinking about moving the engine back just enough to set it down a few more inches and give it that front axle appearance, still keeping able to do 4 seats and a small trunk, because I have a 119-inch wheelbase on this. But yeah, that's the exhaust is getting taken off and put on the Cherokee over there.